We welcome you inside of the Bonner Fitness Center on the campus of Arsenal Technical High School. What has become a summertime tradition for us on ISC. It is a family reunion of Indianapolis hoops. What it also is a chance to make some significant cash. $6,000 on the line in our Women's Division Championship game, featuring teams sponsored by the Horizon League and Centier Bank. Alongside Jared Thomas, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. And Jared, you got to experience this a year ago. What is it like being back here and having seen this before, kind of knowing what's on the line tonight?
The first thing I have to say is it feels like this type of Pro-Am style thing going on in Indianapolis has only grown, especially when you think about the basketball tournament that we just watched Phil Harder do a really good job of competing in. You have the City League. I see Greg Foster sponsoring a one-on-one event here in the city of Indianapolis. So I look back 365 days ago to now. Basketball just continues to bloom here in the city of Indianapolis.
Well, to your point, many of those guys on Phil Harder have played in our championship game many times. In fact, the star of that game, Darius Adams, will be our halftime guest coming up in the men's game after having 40-plus in a quarterfinal loss in Wichita over the course of the weekend. For the Horizon League, obviously the Horizon League based here in Indianapolis. In fact, Commissioner Julie Rolash will be our guest coming up at halftime of the women's contest. Their team sponsored, well, in part because one of the great people in their league is on the team, that being Maddie McConnell. But also of note, the three Goss sisters. That is the youngest of the three that is on your screen right now. That is Kira. That is Bria, then that is on screen right before her. And you go, wait a minute. Bria, as in that does the Indiana Fever games on radio? Yes. And by the way, Bria turned down the team charter to go to cover tomorrow night's game in Dallas so she could be here and play in the championship game. So you know how important this is to the Goss family.
Absolutely. All of the success that De'Ara and Bria had at Ben Davis, and then you see Kira come up, and we're going to talk a lot about what the Ball State women's program has done the last few years. And Kira is one of the catalysts for what Toledo did going to the MAC Tournament Championship just last year. So it's not just what it means to the Goss sisters, but I think it's what it means to those that grew up here in Indianapolis and what basketball means here in the city.
I got to tell Maddie to put away the conference hat for a second. She just walked up to me while you were talking. She goes, when you want Julie? I'm like, halftime. I'm like, you worry about playing the championship game. I appreciate you. We'll take care of this now. The Centier Bank team is a largely Ball State team. That's Allie Becky that's center of your screen. I can't believe she's 4 years removed from high school at this point. She helped lead Brownsburg, coached by Debbie Smiley, to the state runner-up against Crown Point back in 2021. Alex Richard from Avon, who has signed a contract to play professionally, is on this team. The Smith twins that are transferring from Ball State to IU Indy, also playing on Centier Bank. So there's very much a chirp feel to the Centier Bank squad.
All that means is the Goss sisters and what they're doing on the Horizon League team are going to have their hands full as they have this bunch from Chirp and Ball State Nation coming at them tonight.
And again, you see everybody you know in basketball are going to show up and be here tonight, like seeing Portia Green, Amber Harris on the women's side. My buddy Ron Rutland has walked in. And you know it's an event because Ref Rob is here. Rob Wan is one of our three officials for this evening's contest. Keita Bryson and Chris Fuller will also be our officials for tonight's game. And look for clips of this game on TikTok because Ref Rob is in the building. Final thoughts, partner, before this one goes live.
Just want to see everyone have fun tonight. This is a staple here in the city of Indianapolis, so why not end the summer with a bang with two great championship games?
And again, folks, we will have an Elam ending in the second half of this game as well. We'll play two 20-minute halves, but again, we'll get to a certain point in the second half, and we will basically stop the clock. We'll set a target score, and the team that gets there first picks up $6,000. It is the Horizon League in the white uniforms. It is the Centier Bank squad in the orange uniforms. League play has been taking place for the last several weeks. Tournament brackets to get to this point, and we are honored for a sixth consecutive year to bring these championship games on ISC. This is the fifth year of the women's division, the queens of the court. We're just going to say Goss a lot for the Horizon League team. That was Kira, couldn't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Alex Richard. This is Olivia Smith. Olivia wears 31. Haley wears 30. I know I will get them confused at some point in time. A lot of Smith, a lot of Goss. Steal by Kira, the younger of the Goss kids. Pull-up three is no good. That is by Shea Harper. Largely an all-Indianapolis squad for this Horizon League team. Here's Allie Becky on the bounce. Becky, part of a phenomenal Ball State squad these last few years. Goss for three. Well, she goes by her maiden name now, De'Ara Tucker. De'Ara that played at Western Michigan and played for her high school coach, Stan Badge, when he was Austin Parkinson's assistant at IUPUI, now IU Indy. And Allie Becky gets the game's first two.
We continue to talk about Allie Becky and what she did at Ball State, but even for Kira Goss, being on that Toledo team and that MAC tournament championship, you have to believe there are some remnants of some bitter taste in her mouth still taking the loss in that championship game.
Oh, it's Toledo and Ball State. You can leave it at that. Just those two little Maction getting after it. Allie Becky will pull and score, and that is for three. So Becky, back-to-back buckets. She has all five for Sentier Bank so far.
It's not too much that Becky doesn't have in her game, and very rare air when it comes to accomplishments at the women's college basketball level.
And a violation going to be called. It'll be out of bounds to the Sentier Bank squad. And our clock will roll for most of the first half and, frankly, most of the second half as well. Maddie McConnell providing the defense for the Horizon League. Smith will fire. That does not go. And the rebound corralled by Bria Goss. Bria, of course, played at the University of Kentucky before playing professionally. Shot is good, and that will also be a three, and that is Shea Harper that gets it to go.
Bria just understands basketball, gets the rebound in transition, finds her teammate, and then gets a deflection, getting back in transition defense.
Hear the music playing in the background, and again, it does not take long for this place to fill up. Will be mostly full for the women's game. It will be packed in here for the men's game. On the take, running, left-hander is good. Destiny Thomas gets it to go.
Just finishing her career at St. Mary of the Woods College, showing why she played at the collegiate level.
Yeah, NAI program. Big news in that school. They're going to add full football as of next fall out on the west side of Terre Haute. And a foul going to be called. Clock will continue to roll. Both these rosters, 8 players on the roster. One of the men's teams will have 7 in the championship game tonight. So they're kind of like AAU. Everybody gets playing time, and you're trying to split the purse a little bit. We need to go 9 or 10 deep. Nice give and go. And Smith the bucket. That's Olivia that gets the basket to go. I mean, Olivia and Haley helped lead Fishers to the runner-up spot in 4A a couple of years ago. They were beaten by Bedford North Lawrence. And I've seen this script before. Smith a steal and lay it up and in.
We talked about it before the game. That Fishers team didn't score a lot of points, but they didn't need to.
No.
When those Smith sisters are harassing the ball handlers at the top of the key, leading to transition points, it makes life easier for their teammates.
Defense always translates. Bria tries to power that up and in. Richard trying to hang on to the rebound. And frankly, there is always intensity in these games, but I guarantee you it is cranked up a little bit more than now that we have reached the championship contest tonight.
Well, truthfully, anytime you put money on the table, it does not matter the amount. Intensity will just go through the roof.
We'll have a jump ball here. And again, I think these rules straight out of the professional game. No arrow, straight jump ball. Horizon League will have possession. Cottle, Tucker, Goss, and Harper, the 5 on the floor for the Horizon League. Spot up, 3 in the corner is good. 3-point basket is good for Olivia Smith. Her second field goal, and that's already 4 of the 5 starters that have scored now for Sentier Bank.
Just as those Smith sisters are traveling now down to Indianapolis from Muncie, traveling together in transition, one finding the other, bottoms from three-point land.
Goss on the drive, and foul going to be called as Smith and Goss get tied up, and little John going back and forth here. Like we said, it's going to be taken seriously tonight.
I love the margins that come with competition.
You said, hope everybody has fun, and I kept thinking, It's fun for some. It's a little more serious for others.
Winning is fun, even if that means that the seriousness has to be taken up a notch.
Free throws here for Bria. Of course, Bria now does radio for all Fever games on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. She and John Nolan. Great to have the Fever games back on the radio for the first time in many years.
This is something for the back part of Bria's career that she's really been kind of going all in on, and that is her broadcasting career. And obviously that has paid dividends as she's transitioned out of playing professionally into the next phase of life.
Kick out three does not go. Richard with the rebound. And again, nothing's going to come easy tonight. Goss. Bria, trailer three. Rebound controlled by Smith. And time will move quickly in this game. Baseline corner shot is good, and that is now 8 points for Olivia Smith. And a timeout is called. Timeout taken gives us a chance to thank our friends at CareSource for a fourth consecutive year. CareSource is the league-leading partner of the City League. CareSource is a health insurance for you and your family. CareSource offers great benefits, helps their members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and even rides. CareSource, so much more than health insurance. Well, in this Centier Bank team is a very well put together outfit, and they have jumped out to an early double-digit lead.
It's obviously no secret what they have come to do, and that is to pick up full court, to pressure you, get out in transition, and those Smith sisters are letting it fly from three.
As always, I want to thank Austin Taylor, the man behind the City League. Thank Austin for having us out. He's got a great board that makes this so much more than basketball every summer. And really, the City League is involved really kind of in the community on a year-round basis at this point. Goss, drive and score. So she's got 4 consecutive points, does Bria.
And to the tune of Austin Taylor, so many things have vision, but the ability to put vision with actual construction and organization, I think you're seeing the benefits of that in these 2 championship games that you guys have now had for a few years.
Harper commits the foul. See no substitutions yet from either side. And again, these games that go so quickly, you tend to play your 5, maybe get to 6 or 7, and that's all. For these players' teammates at Ball State this past year. Shot clock forces the jumper, and a fortuitous force at that for Centier Bank. They lead by a baker's dozen. Goss will pull. Got it. 3-pointer, and she has the last 7 for the Horizon League.
Getting tied up with the Smith sisters just a couple of possessions ago. I saw the facial expression from Bria to the Young Bucks, just a look of, I still have plenty to go in this bag of mine.
You'll notice the first 2 people over there to back her up happen to be related to her. They were there immediately. That was not lost on me either. I saw the same look you're talking about too. Here comes some subs for Centier Bank. Angel Gino, played locally at Avon High School, will check in. Kaylin Terrell and Irie Gomez all into the contest. Terrell, good feed to Richard, and 1. Alex Richard gets her first bucket of the game, and she's going to play professionally overseas in the coming months. This is a great tune-up for her, and all 5 starters now have scored for Centier Bank.
But just before that highlight, she set a nice solid screen, and instead of floating, she dove right to the block, got the post entry, got the finish, and the 3-point play the old traditional way.
Horizon League trying to play catch-up, and again, Elam ending will be in effect as we get into the second half. Harper. Terrell holds her ground. Quickly sprints down the floor. Pass deflected. Fight for the loose ball. Horizon League's got it, but she'll be, timeout's going to be given. Horizon League calls a timeout to maintain possession. Well, while we are celebrating hoops in the summer, fans, here's your chance to make sure you're part of the can't-miss college basketball showdown. December 20th, Cambridge Fieldhouse, Indiana Sports Corp presents the annual Indy Classic. Great doubleheader this year. Purdue takes on Auburn. The Butler Bulldogs take on Northwestern. 4 powerhouse programs and one unforgettable day of college basketball. Indy Classic Sports, Indiana Sports Corp's mission to bring world-class sporting events to our city, driving economic growth and community impact across Indiana. Tickets go on sale. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. The Indy Classic, December 20th. We'll see you there.
And as a Wildcat, Brooks Barnheiser made all Northwestern alums proud, being 44th overall in this past year's draft, doing a phenomenal job in Summer League. It helps when you get drafted by the team that went on, although they beat the Homers and the Indiana Pacers, go on to win that NBA championship. Really good situation for Brooks and excited for him and his future.
I really thought during the year, I'm like, Brooks is going to make it in the NBA. He's a 3-and-D guy.
Yes,
and being a coach's kid doesn't hurt. Of course, his dad, a phenomenal player. Played at both Purdue and Auburn. Older brother, Braxton, played at Rollins down in Florida. Goss trying to create some space. Catch and shoot three is good, and that is Kendall Fisher's first touch of the game. Kendall, outstanding player at Tinley locally. Gino cannot get it to go. Long rebound. This is Nyree Williams. Goss able to go to the backcourt to track that down. Diarra fires and connects. Neither of these teams are shy about letting it fly, are they?
It's the game we live in today. Just let it go from three-point distance, live with the misses and the makes. What it does, it just accelerates the game, creates more possessions, and as you see, an up-tempo one that we have tonight is always going to play in your favor.
Side out of bounds here. Starters will check back in now for Centier Bank. Haley Smith comes in for Olivia. So Gino and Gomez will have a seat. Terrell will stay on the floor. And a foul going to be called on the post defense against the Horizon League.
Savvy move by Bria as Richard was gaining some post positioning, just a quick tug and got caught in the act. But still innocently raises her hands to Ref Rob, letting him know, I didn't really touch her that much.
Richard. Uncontested look and misses. This has been an event been dominated by post players in the past as Tucker misses. Touch last by Fisher. Centier Bank will have the ball. You mentioned Amber Harris at 6'6". Stephanie Mavunga at 6'3". Their team's dominating this event first couple of years we played. Touch last by Diarra Tucker. Maddie McConnell now will come back in. Diarra Tucker has a seat. Terrell on the drive. Give it to her. 6 different players now have scored. First bench points for Centier Bank. Lead has been as large as 13. Goss on the take. Nope. Becky tried to take the charge. Official says nope, not enough in it. And Kira gets it to go. Her second field goal. And again, we're going to be on a one-name basis with some players tonight just because there's so many players that have the same last name. Becky, the runner. Those uninitiated, that is her last name, by the way, so we're giving her the full last name treatment. Shot clock did not reset. So shot clock is at 9. Frankly, we have not had, I can think of one possession where the shot clock's a factor. Terrell's shot was deflected. Outstanding defensive set by the Horizon League.
It feels for the Horizon League that was the first defensive possession where everybody was rotating on a string, in sync, together, communicating. That could be the extra spark they need to propel them the rest of this first half.
Catch and shoot for Goss. Money. Kira Goss, her first made three. And by the way, all three of the sisters have made a three already in tonight's game.
Kira was responsible for how fast the Horizon League team got started in this game and picking up where she left off after a few short minutes of rest.
Richard just kind of waiting for that extended free throw line jumper. Even though Ali Becky had the first couple of buckets, great balance by this Centier team.
That's where she made her mark. She could score, Ali Becky that is, but another thing that she did really well at the college level, over 700 assists, so getting others involved and not just featuring herself.
On the drive, and Destiny Thomas will get a couple of free throws here. 8 points so far for Olivia Smith. That leads all scorers. 7 for Kira and Bria Goss. Now free throws here for Destiny Thomas. Don't see a lot of free throws, and obviously that's part of the reasoning of the running clock, but also the Elam endings, prevent kind of those fouls and extending games, and especially when we've got nights where we've got 3 and 4 games to play in one night. A little different tonight, just the 2 championship games. Makes them both. Destiny now is 7.
I truly do believe that's the beauty in the Elam ending. If you can keep it close to get to that point, it then becomes anyone's game. It's those times where the lead gets out of hand or you get a huge deficit, and that's where it becomes tough, although not insurmountable.
Shot does not go. Touch last by Ali Becky. But then again, we'll look back to this weekend and Fail Harder getting down by 20. And all of a sudden, they've got several chances to win that game out in Wichita. And we'll talk to Darius Adams from that team and a former winner of this event coming up at halftime of the men's game. Goss on the drive, score it. And Bria's got 9. And all of a sudden, it's down to a 6-point game. It's switched by McConnell. The slip to Richard, left it short. McConnell out of there with a rebound, and I think inadvertently clipped Allie with an elbow. 3 does not go. Richard with the rebound. Becky just now kind of getting back to her feet. Giving her a minute to kind of get all of her faculties put together. Shot clock at 9. Missed that one, but both Smith sisters were crashing for the rebound. Starting 5 back on the floor now for Centier. Thomas connects. And Destiny now the first player in double figures as she's got 10.
Destiny just probing in the middle of her team's offense, doing whatever else is needed from her teammates. Obviously attacking the middle, shooting it from distance, getting others involved. Picks up the foul on this end, although it was aggressive, just doing a little bit of everything for the Centier Bank squad.
Maddie Mikado will check out. Kiara Tucker, Kira Goss. Ben Davis, very well represented in tonight's championship games. Sometimes you say things knowing people are listening to you as you say those things. We'll see Aaron Henry, Rob Glenn, and others coming up in the men's championship. 3 is good. Again, another BD representation. That from Kira Goss. Now she's got 10 points. And I think a moving screen called against Alex Richard. A very quickly moving half, as you would expect. How about Austin Taylor showing the hops to get up and clear the net off the rim? You may not have seen that on camera, but this half of the building saw it. Goss, the take, would not go, but draws contact, and she'll get some free throws coming up.
Bria is what you call a veteran. Just a couple possessions ago, she was running down the court after getting a tough finish at the rim, encouraging the refs to call the foul. The next time she got an opportunity to drive the lane, what does she get? Whistle that sends her to the free throw line. It's not just the X's and the O's and putting the ball in the bucket, but it's how you manipulate the game. And Bria is someone that's been doing that for years.
Again, she has played professionally. Had to overcome some significant adversity through injury, illness, etc., but has soldiered on. And as we mentioned, these days, a big part of what she does is as a broadcaster. But as you can see, clearly can still play. She's got 11. Thomas. Well, she may be one of the least heralded players on the team, but she's holding her own tonight with a dozen. Kira in the corner, no problem. This has been really high level, Jared.
And you see why Kira almost shot 42% from three-point land at Toledo, playing 160 games. She can flat out get it done.
That's 5 years worth of college basketball right there. John Hart also still showing his hops to get up and get that net. Runner, blocking foul called against Allie Becky. I think that's going to be where she was in the geography of the lane.
It's the best part about these events. You have 1,000 referees in the crowd.
Everybody's volunteering their opinion. They're just trying to help. And Rob will talk to every one of them if he has the opportunity to do so. Some officials you can't talk to. Ref Rob is not that guy.
I remember Ref Rob refereeing some of my games back in high school. Very personable, as you see that personality more and more coming out with his presence on social media. Becky,
the half-court heave, that does not go, and that is the end of the half. Again, Centier Bank has led most of the way. It was as many as 13. It is now down to 4 at halftime. And we are playing for $6,000 coming up at half number 2. We'll take this quick timeout. Horizon Commissioner Julie Rowe Lash will join us next as you're watching the City League Women's Championship here on ISC. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is good.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is Wrestler! Whoa!
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Welcome back at halftime, and this poor person is interviewed by me way too much through the course of the year.
Not at all.
This would be Julie Rowe Lash, the commissioner of the Horizon League, obviously one of the sponsors of tonight's 2 teams. The Horizon League trailing Centier Bank 38-34. I know you would be supportive of this league even if Maddie McConnell wasn't on your team.
Yeah, that's true.
But everybody in the office has to love watching her play out here in this.
And we've got some Horizon League staff members here. I think half of our office is here, so nothing's happening at the league right now.
Well, there is a small window of time. We get a little bit of a break. It might be about right now.
That's right.
But student athletes are about to be back on campus, if not there. What you looking forward to about the fall?
You know, our staff, actually, we had a retreat today, just planning for this year. And one, we're just excited to get back at it. Like, it is a little quiet right now, but this is the exciting time, the quiet before the storm, so to speak. We got some, on the basketball front, you don't know what the rosters are going to look like, right? In this new world of NIL and transfer, but we're excited about what the coaches are telling us in terms of who they're bringing in. And then you got our fall sports underway here before we know it.
Well, you are connected in a couple different ways to this event. Not just with the Horizon League, but Indiana Sports Corp is a big part of it, and you are a big part of the Indiana Sports Corp. So for those that don't know, what role do you play on what I jokingly call the other ISC?
Yeah, the other ISC. So I joined the board back in 2019. I'm currently chair of the board of directors, which has just been a privilege the last few years. Last September, so almost a year ago, we launched the 2050 Sports Vision, which is pretty audacious to say, here's our plan for the next 25 years. But that's what we laid out, and one of the pillars is to be the capital of women's sports, and I think we're seeing why.
Absolutely. The high quality we see tonight, there is obviously what's going on with the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark.
Amen.
But frankly, this has been something that we've been doing in this town dating back to the Olympic Sports Festival in 1982.
You're right.
Women's sports have always been a big deal here.
Right, and it did. You're right. It starts back in 1979, the Sports Corp was launched. So here we'd been around for 40 years. We were the first one. Now there's over 300. So we said it's time for us to plan the next 40 years or 25. Math doesn't matter, right? the point is we're thinking big. And Indy is, and we just experienced it with the WNBA All-Star. We are a global epicenter of sport, so it's time to put our stamp on it and start building towards it.
We'll keep the conversation on basketball. Final thing before we let you go to enjoy half number 2. We are about to be, my goodness, I think this would be year number 7 coming up of the Women's Basketball Championships being literally just up the road at now the Corteva Coliseum. My guess is plans are already well underway for that as well, correct?
You know, bigger and better. That's been our strategy. And Indy just rolls out the red carpet for our student athletes. Our local organizing committee is already talking about how can we rev up the student athlete experience. But the best part is the Indy fans that come out and support it, because it is great basketball, as you know, all season long. And then it culminates when it's all on the line once March Madness comes.
Of course, Green Bay on the women's side, the defending champs, a tremendous program, one of the best programs in terms of the conference. And on the men's side, Robert Morris, the first-time winners this past year. HorizonLeague.com always has more. I know because I'm one of the boys you tend to hear when you go to HorizonLeague.com.
Thanks,
always
Greg.
good to see you.
You too.
Enjoy like the 2 days of summer you have left.
That's
okay?
right. I think it might be one.
All right, we'll take this very quick timeout. We'll come back in a matter of moments on ISC.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
Second half action about to get going in a matter of moments. Greg Rakestraw, Jared Thomas with you here on the ISC Sports Network. The annual City League Championship game, the women's division, 6K on the line. Centier Bank leading the Horizon League 38-34. And I've been fortunate enough, Jared, to be on the call of all 5 of these women's championship games. The basketball has always been good. I don't think I've ever seen it as good as it has been tonight.
I even remember just a year ago calling this one for the first time with you. I felt like that first game got out of hand a little bit as we got into that second half, but this one feels like we're just getting started.
That's a good running clock underway here in half number 2. We played 20-minute halves, and again, we will get to an Elam ending point at the 4-minute mark of half number 2. Starting 5 back on the floor for each of these two teams. Richard, the Smith sisters, Thomas, Becky, and shot clock. First shot clock violation of the game happens in the opening possession of half number 2.
What did we see Centier Bank do to Horizon League in that first half? And that was put a ton of pressure on them in the full court. And what does Centier Bank do? Turn it over because of Horizon League's defense to start the second half.
Centier Bank has led most of the way. That lead has been shrinking, though, as the half has come along. All knocked away. Tucker recovers. Runner by Bria, no good. But a blocking foul is called, and Bria Goss will get 2.
With this game being as intense as it is, these calls, you're just going to hear more of a reaction from the crowd. Those feeling the call should have been the opposite. Getting the crowd involved always gives you a clear indication how much focus is here in the gym.
And obviously the crowd is about 3 feet off the court in a scenario like this one.
We talked about it before the game. Those just here working out upstairs at the gym, those have now turned from working out on the elliptical or maybe the Stairmaster to seeing what the ruckus is down below.
And this building is part of the Legacy Project, and I can't believe I'm saying this, 14 years after Super Bowl was held here in Indianapolis. This is part of the lasting legacy of what that Super Bowl experience was like. So 2 for Goss. He went 4 of 4 from the line in the first half. 11 points in total. He splashes that one home. Much like the song would indicate in the background, she's bad. She's got 13. I know Jared's parents enjoyed that song back in the day.
100%.
Yeah, because I know that they're more of my age than you are, so yeah, absolutely. Pull up by Smith, does not go. Tucker the rebound. Here's Shea Harper. She'll pull and miss that one wide left. Destiny Thomas. Good look ahead pass. Again, it's Smith. Richard. Turn, left hand, no, but De'Ara Tucker kind of walked into her, so Richard will get a couple of free throws. And Alex just completed her days at Ball State.
We've discussed Allie Becky a lot so far on the broadcast, but the stats never lie, and that's because Alex Richard was actually the leading scorer last season at almost 17 points per game, and you see why. Carving out space down low, flashing to open voids in the defense, shooting with nice touch, free throw line extended, the complete package that you want to see from a low post player.
6'1", All-MAC tournament team. Got her 1,000th point against Kira Goss in Toledo back in February. Harper fires, that does not go. Smith the rebound. Chance to make it back to a 3-possession game. And these players know the modern game so well in terms of spacing. The slip to Richard over McConnell, score it. And Richard kind of quietly now has 9 points. McConnell, the trailer shot. I'm not sure if you call glass, but she'll take it.
And the MJ shrug as she trots back on defense.
Well, all of her Horizon League coworkers are at this end of the building as well. Look at everybody in the office. Richard, not that time, and McConnell able to track down the rebound. Moss weaving her way through traffic. Harper pulls, got the 3. Her second made field goal. Both have been from distance, and all of a sudden, it is a 1-point game. The men's game is scheduled for an 8:20 start. Shot clock at 3. Has to go. Smith, no. Goss did a good job of just getting a hand in to affect that shot. Chance for the Horizon to go in front. McConnell fires, not that time. Smith, the rebound. And that's Olivia wearing 31. This is Haley wearing 30. This is Haley missing a jump shot. And this running clock so changed the dynamic of the game. The game's moved quickly. Harper just kind of slung down at the rim. Now you got a 5-on-4. Thomas around McConnell, no, but Smith rewarded for running the floor. Blocked by Goss. Now Goss will go 84 feet and miss it. Both teams leaving points at the table. Thomas blocked by McConnell. And McConnell going to be teed up.
It's a heads-up play from Allie Becky, doing just enough to get McConnell to react to that dribble penetration. And it was that late rotation from McConnell that got her the personal foul and potentially the technical.
So we're going to see a technical shot here. As McConnell got teed up for the reaction on the call. So Destiny Thomas will shoot one and connect. 15 for Destiny. And now we'll see 2 shots in the free throw. Yep. Again, pro ball, 1-shot technical. We kind of got a mix of the rules here, but primarily professional rules in this. It's kind of like we do the Indiana Kentucky All-Star Series. You go, well, we got these high school rules, these college rules. You do it long enough, you kind of know the mismatch of everything. Thomas now with 16. Misses that one. There's really no damage done from the tee, just a 2-point trip. It's still a 1-possession game.
I truly feel this game for Horizon, it's going to come down to they can defend on the defensive end of the floor. And I'm looking at Maddie McConnell. I'm looking at Bria Goss to neutralize some of the perimeter probing from Centier Bank. And Maddie McConnell defending the one we just saw flash to the high post, and then Alex Richard.
They get a chance for the Horizon to go in front. Harper, the runner, is good. Her first 2-point field goal. She's got 8, 45-44, and Centier Bank will ask for time. Let's tell you about the facility we are in tonight. Our host for the championship game is the Fitness Zone at the Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. John Bonner Neighborhood Center is a social services and community development organization serving residents living on the Near East Side through programs and services and community development initiatives. JBNC staff help to inspire and support those who are committed to thriving towards an improved quality of life, not just for themselves, but for the community they live in. So Horizon League jumps in front. Centier Bank is led by as many as 13. And we are playing for $6,000 to the winning team in this game, $8,000 in the men's game. Amongst those you will see in the men's contest, Ishawn Johnson of Pike, Trayvon Blewett, whose number is retired at Xavier of Park Tudor, Robert Glenn from Ben Davis and IU Indy. Indianapolis Recorder team, their star, gentleman that's played in the NBA, Aaron Henry of Ben Davis and Michigan State. Smith's runner is good. Olivia Smith, good answer by Centier Bank. Harper, you got it. Her third made 3. Third player in double figures for the Horizon League.
At one point, Shea Harper shot a 3 early in this second half, and some reactions from the crowd would suggest that that was an ill-advised shot, but that's sort of her game, and she scored on a couple of contested shots and ultimately led to Horizon League gaining the lead.
Allie Becky picked Maddie McConnell's pocket, but couldn't get the shot to go. Harper couldn't get the outlet pass to Williams in time. Becky from 21, no. Good crash by Richard. I think they hit her teammate who was out of bounds. Yep. De'Ara Tucker will check back in. Kendall Fisher will check back in. We've seen 7 play for the Horizon League. We've seen 8 play for Centier Bank, but really only Terrell has played extended minutes off the bench. And as is always the case, I looked around and they are standing 4 and 5 deep in the corners at this point to watch this game. We may have the best seat in the house. Williams with the basket cut. She's fouled.
It'll only be a matter of time before the congregation of people starts to creep over here.
And stand behind us and watch our monitor. Absolutely. In 5th year, we have played these games here. In 5th year that this has been a summertime event. That was kind of because of COVID and the aftermath in 2021. We delayed the season and kind of learned, hey, this is better off as a summer thing. You get a really high quality of player. We get a lot of guys like Darius to our right that will go play overseas and then come back and play in this league to stay sharp in the summer. Williams makes one. All 7 players now have scored for the Horizon League. And makes them both. Horizon League leads it by 4. Here's Gomez. Richard turns down the 2. Smith does not turn down the 3. Richard with the rebound and got fouled. And on the way up, she'll shoot 2.
Richard just strong down low. Gets the ball mid-post, looks opposite, finds one of the Smith sisters, and then crashes the offensive glass. Easy points and buckets when you just somehow find a way to relax around the rim.
Alex is heading to play professionally in Italy here in the next few days and weeks. Makes the second of the 2. She becomes the 3rd different Centier Bank player to hit double digits. But after leading the entire first half, they trail. And again, we are inching closer to Elam ending time. And Becky and Tucker get a little connected. And again, those two are separate enough in age. They have not played that much against each other.
But there's an understanding of what Allie Becky has brought to the women's game. And the other team and the opponents on the opposing team, they understand that, as you see De'Ara Tucker getting up and incredulously clapping.
Rhea Goss's shot does not go. Gomez on the push. Gomez fouled by Kendall Fisher. And I think we're seeing whistles pick up a little bit, just knowing the intensity is going to pick up. As we get closer to the pay window, good way to kind of try to keep things a bit more calm by picking those whistles up a little bit. Richard fouled. Tucker on the foul, and Richard will go back to the free throw line. And again, especially when McConnell is getting a breather like this, there's really not a true post defender right now on the floor.
That's the matchup right there. I talked about it a few minutes ago. Maddie McConnell being big, not just for offense, but it's what she does on defense. Because if you can neutralize what Richard brings, you can get out in transition and extend this lead that you have.
But Richard's leaving some points on the line. By the way, Victoria Lipscomb in there for the first time for Horizon League. Richard misses them both. So an empty trip. Bria Goss all the way down, and ball knocked cleanly away from her. Underneath, out of bounds.
I tell you this, Bria Goss plays the game as if she's still being paid to play. The amount of time she's hit the deck tonight and popped right back up continues to show that toughness.
Tucker's runner got it. Her first 2-point field goal. De'Ara's got 6. It was a 4-point lead at halftime for Centier Bank. Miscommunication, Richard. And again, got fouled. But she has now missed 3 of her last 4 free throws. So that was kind of a calculated risk there. Hey, take the foul and make her hit the shot. I think my favorite part of the crowd here, people that go up to the balcony seats. Get the overlook.
It's not just the players that have to be heads up, it's the fans too.
That's right. There's only so many seats to go around. Richard makes them both. She's got a dozen. Frankly, she has now become the focal point of the offense for Centier Bank. Tucker fires 3, no. Richard going to be called for the foul. Williams at inside position. Richard with the nudge. And it looks like there is not going to be much separation between these two teams when we get to Elam ending time.
This lead for Centier Bank got up to as much as 10 in that first half, but Horizon League has clawed back and taken the lead. setting up for an exciting end and finish.
We'll hand off to Goss. And then Goss. Becky thought she might have had the jump ball, but it's a foul. 2 free throws coming up. And the Horizon League is the presenting sponsor for this team. The Horizon League, founded in 1979. 11 member institutions in the Horizon, including IU Indianapolis and Purdue Fort Wayne, the league based right here in the heart of Indianapolis. Learn more at horizonleague.org. And we at ISC are very proud to be a production partner of the Horizon League. So thank you to Julie, Sean, Maddie, everybody in the Horizon League office for them working with us with ISC over the years. Five-point lead. Gino in the game for Sentier Bank, and that's going to be an over and back violation.
It's the first time I felt like Alex Richard made a rush decision. He's doing a nice job tonight, getting it in the high post, turning, assessing what the defense is doing, and providing the proper outlet that time. Potentially a bit fatigued, turns the ball over without truly making eye contact with her teammate.
Again, we are getting close to Elam ending time. And there it is. We'll stop the clock after 4 minutes. We will set a target score. First one to get to that target score, they know they are $6,000 to the good. So the Elam ending score is 63, and Jordan Shue is a genius. He has our graphics program set to make sure that is set there. Thanks to the Kyle Donlin, thanks to Jordan, thanks to Brant McCoskey, thanks to Vince Morales. Thanks to Carlos Arsenal Tech, and thanks to Eldon Wheeler, our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew, bringing all the action to you tonight from the Bonner Center. So first to 63 wins.
This Elam ending is more than just a target score. It's almost psychological warfare, because the team with the lead before you start playing to that potential end of the game score of 63 in this scenario, you have a tendency as the leading team to take your foot off the gas, and that's all the opposing and the team with the deficit needs, truthfully, to get back in the game and make it more of a contest than it really needs to be.
Shot clock at 10. Trying to double Goss, gets the ball of her hands, so Kira lines up at 3. Rebound of the Horizon League. Williams low block, left it short. Destiny Thomas in the ball. And frankly, neither team is making threes the way they did in half number 1. I did not think that was going to continue. So what do? Get to the bucket. Smith with a dozen.
It's also something to be said, too, how you were getting those open three-point looks in that first half. The game was a lot faster pace than it is in this second half. This second half has been just the war of attrition in the half court.
Tucker left alone. Wide left. Becky. Richard knocked away. And frankly, what the Elam ending does, that it takes kind of the game clock out of it. I don't think you're as much looking to tie the game if you're Sentier. You just make sure you score this time down the floor.
Just playing the next possession.
Yep.
Not so much looking at what your score is and how much you have to go, but just maximizing as we see.
Then again, if they leave you that open, you can take the 3 and tie the game. That's okay.
That's just playing basketball.
Haley Smith. And it's Olivia now trying to keep Bria Goss off the ball for the Horizon League. Diarra's runner does not go. And all of a sudden, that pendulum momentum is swung back in favor of Sentier Bank. We can make this real simple. First to 9 wins. And it's not by 2 points either. Immediate double, so Richard goes away from the double and misses. McConnell helped by Tucker on the defense. Step through by Goss, and she got walloped.
I'm telling you, every time she puts her head down and drives, she hits the hardwood pretty rough. Still somehow finds a way to pop up and play the next play.
Well, we've mentioned the Horizon League sponsoring one team. Centier Bank sponsoring the team in orange tonight with a century of service. Centier Bank is more than just a financial institution. They are a true partner in building stronger futures for Indiana families, businesses, and communities. Learn more at Centier.com. Goss gets to go. She's got 18. Harper will come back in. Williams will have a seat. And not surprisingly, both teams going starter heavy now. That snapped quite the run by Centier Bank, that free throw for Goss. She's got a game-high 18 and make it 19. Gosses, by the way, have 38 of the 56 for the Horizon League. Smith, the blow-by, and great job by Tucker. Just held her ground. Did not move an inch. Basket cut. Bria to Kira. No. Bria, put back, yes. Goss with 21. 5 points to the finish line for the Horizon League.
Sometimes it's so simple. Put the ball in the hands of your best player and just allow her to do work.
We tend to overcomplicate things, don't we? Foul going to be called. So we have reached 7 fouls, so it's now free throw time. So Allie Becky. Allie scored the first couple of buckets for Centier. She's carried a little bit less of the freight since then, but gets that to go. She's got 8 points. So 1 for 2 is Allie. And now you're starting to get to where you're 2 possessions away from winning. Now that 3 ball plays a little bit of a bigger factor here, which is why you see such pressure above the 3-point line. Harper finds a little space. Good closeout by Becky, who got the block. Right idea, just couldn't complete the pass. Turnover by Centier.
Had both Smith sisters, but just didn't know which one she wanted to pass
Split
it
the
to.
difference in the two of them, right?
Resulted in a turnover.
Asking for a towel if we got one to wipe up some perspiration so nobody slips. It's the reason for the momentary delay. Jared, what's going to be the difference down the stretch in this one?
It's just a matter of getting stops and actually converting those stops into points. With only a few points to go to that target score, stops are a premium and quality buckets are as well.
Now, we found the mop. We just had to literally fight through like 6 people standing in front of the storage closet to get the mop on the floor.
Even standing room only for the mop.
Yep. And as expected, all of a sudden, business was picked up in our corner of the booth. As you can tell, we've become a little more popular around here now.
Not as much traffic before. Prime target if you're trying to find a quality view of the court and the great game we have going on tonight.
Shot clock at 9. Tucker on the drive and couldn't get it to go. Good rebound, though, by Harper. Harper pulls and scores. Harper with 13. She and Kira both with 13 to support Bria's 21. Horizon League a bucket away. Smith missed it. Rebound Harper. A 3 wins it this time down the floor. Doesn't have to be a 3. Harper for the win. Got blocked. I think there was a touch there. They're going to say no. Timeout going to be called. So obviously Sentir don't have to score this time down, but your chances look a lot better if you do. In scoring in this one, Riagos 21, Riagos 13, Harper 13 to lead Horizon League. For Sentir Bank, 16 for Destiny Thomas, 12 for Alex Richard, 12 for Olivia Smith, 8 for Allie Becky. This game has gone less than an hour to show you how quickly we get to this Elam ending.
Have to credit some of that to that running clock. You don't realize how much time you actually save when there's really no stoppages in play.
So 2-score lead. It doesn't have to be 3, has to be points. 3 helps. Smith flies it, misses. Thomas saves it. Now it's Tucker. Bria could pull for the win here. She elects not to. Kara will. Left it short. Rebound Olivia Smith. Becky on the drive and somehow, some way, got it to go.
Expecting the defender to be in closer proximity than she actually was, but Becky still found a way to convert. Really tough finish.
Goss on the drive and ball tipped away and touch last by Tucker. And now all of a sudden, a 3 ties it going back to the direction.
This is that psychological part I talked about. These last few possessions for Horizon League, looking to potentially end it, shot a few ill-advised threes, and now you have yourselves a game. And if it turns in that direction, do you have established offense to depend on in the home stretch?
Timeout going to be called. What's your set you're running offensively if you're Sentir Bank?
Getting Allie Becky going downhill, potentially a post entry to Alex Richard. And then you have the Smith sisters on the perimeter finding open gaps to be found by Richard. Two-person game, 3-point line extended for your shooters. Do what's gotten you back into the game.
And folks, you get to watch this championship game on ISC. This type of action takes place, if not on a nightly basis, a couple times a week, better part of 5 or 6 weeks here at the Bonner Fitness Center. You can see all the various teams. That's the women's bracket. As we expand that shot out, you'll see the men's bracket. As on the other end of that wall, there's Darius Adams, one of the all-time greats to play at the University of Indianapolis. Played for now the man that's the head coach at the University of Southern Indiana, and Stan Gerard. So Sentir Bank with the ball. Becky, a bobble. Goss tied up. So we'll see a jump ball. We'll add 1 second back to the shot clock. Making sure the floor is all taken care of. Nobody get hurt. All right, Kira Goss will jump. Ali Becky for Sentir. And Ali is thinking Kira's going to get this one. She's got her teammates kind of back up to make sure they're ready to play defensively. And we're going to go from a jump ball to another jump ball. It'll be Bria Goss and Olivia Smith. And we'll do this from the center circle instead. You see on your screen, first to 63 will win it. We're going to have a third consecutive one. Nope, foul. And free throws at the other end. So Harper whistled for the foul. And now Sentir Bank can get a point or two closer. This has gone from some degree from basketball to a rugby scrum. Again, money's on the line. Haley with 5 points. Make it 6. We could easily be to a scenario at some point where next basket wins for either side. Haley makes them both. Full court pickup here by Sentir. And Harper lost the handle. Now Sentir can take lead again. Doesn't have to be 3.
Psychological warfare when you get to these Elam endings. As soon as you start to play up tight and get complacent, that's exactly when the other team starts to attack.
Richard couldn't finish in traffic. Again, 3 could win. Goss got it. So Horizon League now 1 basket away at 62-59. This is Smith. Lost handle, jump ball. So Thomas will jump for Sentir. Harper will jump for Horizon League, 2 smallest players on the floor. And the Broom crew has been earning their money in the last 90 seconds.
Just as many jump balls as we've had breaks and plays for the Broom crew.
We'll get that sponsored next year.
Just foreshadowing.
7 on the shot clock. That's if Sentir maintains possession. Goss. It's a race to the basket. Step through. Ball game. The Horizon League wins the women's division of the City League. The youngest of the Goss sisters gets the winning bucket. She scores 15. 5-point win for the Horizon League, and they claim the $6,000 prize. I would say for Bria Goss, good decision to avoid the fevered charter and go of her own accord tomorrow morning.
It's a big-time 20-point performance from Bria Goss, and I'm sure she has to be proud as little sister gets that get back from just a few months ago, losing in heartbreaking fashion in the MAC Tournament Championship, follows it up with the game winner at this Elam ending.
And in talking with De'Ara, she said this is the coolest thing about this summer. Kira's different than us in age. You know, De'Ara and Bria are not that far separated in terms of age. Kira being younger, like this is the first thing they've had to play together And they have loved doing that all summer
It
long.
has to be just a moment of gratitude if you're the older siblings to see your younger sibling on your team performing like she has in college, sharing the court with her, and then watching her for all the marbles.
The 21 for Bria Goss, 15 for Kara Goss, 13 for Shea Harper. Congratulations to those 8 women. This year's Queens of the Court. That's what the QOC stands for on the back of the jerseys. The gear provided by the good folks at SVI Sportswear. Won't be any cutting down the nets. We got a men's game to get to coming up in a matter of moments. There will be a trophy presentation. And there will also be the name placed at the edge of the bracket. The ladder is already in place at what is the north end of the building. Jared, kind of final thoughts on this one.
What a game, especially to kick off the night. I thought Centaur Bank got out to a very hot start, and truth be told, just weren't able to sustain it. Had moments at the end to make it potentially a championship in their favor. But the Horizon League, how fitting, Maddie McConnell, Bria Goss, the Goss sisters, the storyline was there, and they punched their ticket with championship aspirations, getting it done tonight.
And Kira, you get the winning bucket. You get to put your name on the end of the bracket. Congratulations to Kira, the rest of the Goss family, Maddie McConnell, and everybody involved with the Horizon League team. With that, we'll step aside. The men's game is scheduled for an 8:20 beginning. We might be a little bit later than that, but we'll be thrilled to bring that game to you when it gets underway. One of those 2 trophies has been claimed, that being the Crystal Bowl. Despite the early lead by Centaur Bank, it belongs to the Horizon League. They win the Queens of the Court by a final score of 64-59. A temporary goodbye from Tech High School. We're back to the men's championship game in approximately 20 minutes as you're watching on ISC.